Hello, and welcome to the Pepperbird Magazine. Did you know that the Pepperbird Magazine has been in existence for over 25 years, and we're still going strong? I invite you to take an ad on our internet magazine, which is very, very useful during COVID days. So please, give us a call. We'll come and have a quick chat with you and video you and your business. Look at the number below.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women. Welcome to Lieutenant Commander Galpohkpa Chesson Talk Show. Today, March 22nd, 2021, it's a new day. It's a new day. We thank our President, Joe Biden, for his accomplishment with the stimulus bill. That will help so many people in our communities rise from poverty. Our children will be given the opportunities to live the American dream. And this is what we all hope for. All of us that come to this country, we just want to share in that a little piece of that dream that Mitch McConnell and these Republicans, evil people, are trying to deny us every day. Now they're talking about scorched earth. Scorched earth theory in our Congress. That's the destruction of our nation. When you hear our leaders talking about scorched earth, that means as they go, they destroy everything they leave and keep on going. So where are we going when our leaders have this bellicose approach to our democracy, to the survival of minorities and Black people like me and us? So, whether they like it or not, we're going to take our hats off to Joe the man Biden. And no matter what they say about him, this man cares about American people. And this is what I'm about to talk today regarding my people. Let me put up my lesson. One, newly wealthy stimulus cash recipients of $1,400 per household member. 2, support Wynfred Russell for mayor of Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. 3, the time of the true Liberian people revolution is now. And we can't deny it. We either take advantage of it or lose it. That's getting my lesson. Number 1, newly wealthy stimulus cash recipients of $1,400 per household member. This money is for everybody in the household. You got 3 children, every one of them will receive $1,400. You got 4 children, every one of them will receive $1,400, plus the mother and father, everybody will receive their own $1,400. This is a lot of money coming into the household. And my Liberian people, I'm doing this specifically to set your minds correct of what you need to do with this massive amount of money coming into your household. Money you did not receive or never dream of receiving. You are receiving it. Some of you receive more than $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. For you who got big families, sit down before you spend that money. Make a plan. That money there is for you to change your life, your lifestyle, your existence on this earth. Some of you are receiving plenty of money. So you better think wisely and plan wisely, because this is life-changing money. This is not money to go have fun with, to send everybody in Liberia, to waste it foolishly. No. For you who have children, especially, this is money to change your lives, to change the life of your children. So when you're planning, you got to plan for their futures. Not only your future, you got to plan for your children's future without $1,400 they got. You got to plan for the future. You know you're working, you got your regular check coming in. This additional money is to change your life. Free money. Free 7,000, 8,000, 6,000, 5,000. Free money. Well, you're with children. So you know the needs of your children. They need to be educated. You know your family needs. You need shelter. You need food. You need clothing. Those are the three basic needs you need in your family. How you go about housing them is your business. One of the good means is to invest in a house. Listen to me. I didn't say apartment. I didn't say rent. I say your own house. There are many advantages and a few disadvantages of owning your own house. But the benefits outweigh the problems. When you think about buying your new home, you know you got to think not only of the home itself, because your home is your greater investment. For your who want to buy cars, that's an investment too. But you got to know that it's a less investment than your house. In your house, you have security forever. If you pay your bills, you maintain your house, you maintain your property, that's an investment for your whole children and their family forever. Nothing can change that. When you and your children own that property, it's yours forever. You can pass it on to your children, your children's children forever. That property is yours. Unless y'all mess it up or fail to pay the mortgage. Yeah, some ways you can mess it up. With every house comes responsibilities. Water bill, light bill, cable, television, whatever you use in the house, electricity. You got bills. They are reoccurring bills. They're not going to disappear. As long as you got light in the house, as long as you got cable and TV, as long as you got the amenities of life in your home, it's not free. You got to pay for it. So these are the things you have to take in consideration before buying your home. You need your furniture. Do you have furniture right now? Are you renting furniture? If you are renting it, nothing wrong with renting furniture. That's good furniture, that new furniture, but you're renting it. Now, with your new home, you got to change that mentality of renting into owning. Because you own your own home, you want to own your own furniture. Those are things that come with a house. Nobody will come to your house and be sitting on the floor, see you cooking on cook pot, and the people in your house got the cook pot going like the way they did in Liberia, and still maybe doing. This is not Liberia. This is America. Now you got the opportunity to move up the ladder into mainstream American living to be comfortable. So you buy your house. And you got to know with your house comes services. They got different kind of services. They got services you pay every month. Anything happen to your house, they come right away. They got services for water. They got services for electricity. They got services for your stove and things like that. So you look at all those services and see what is comfortable for you. But you know you need those free services. Not every time you got money. Not every time you got money, small thing, you always have water problem. You have plumbing problem. You always have electrical problem. You always have some kind of problem in your home. You wake up one morning and you have problem. Out of the blue, you're not even expecting it. That's the problems with owning homes. You people want to see your money to buy a double decker or triple decker so you can rent and make money. Nothing wrong with that. But you still got these problems I'm telling you about. Even you rent it to somebody, you got a choice whether to take to get them heat free and put in the rent, get them water free, put in the rent. They don't have to pay all of that, everything included in the rent. So once they pay the rent, you got to make sure they get the water, the lights. Anything happen to you, you got a problem. What is good about that? It secures the landlord. You have no encumbrances for the light company, for the water company, for they can not put no lien on your house because your clients not paying their water bill or their light bill. Yes, they will be able to take it with them when they leave in your place, take all their bills and everything with them, but you will have a hard time clearing all those things with the companies that they're dealing with. So people just usually try to avoid all of those type of problems by saying, okay, we will pay the light bill, we will pay the gas, we will pay the water, everything. You just pay everything in your rent. That's easier. Rent is higher. So people want last month rent and first month rent for security. In case any reason you decide to leave the apartment, you don't pay, they can deduct that. You leave, you damage the people's apartment, you take the people's apartment, you think there's some native village, you start cooking in the apartment, hanging up voodoo masks and all of that, banging the wall, putting holes in the walls. Then when it's time to move, you move all the things, all the holes in the wall, all your fingerprints all on the wall from the children running around, putting their greasy hand on the wall. You got to pay for all of that. You're not leaving people's houses in America like a dump. That's why when the people give you their houses, they take pictures before they give it to you. And they give it to you. And after you leave, they take pictures. You have the before and the after. You act nasty in the people's house. You have your children act nasty, rude, touching the people's wall, coming from eating palm butter and they're running up, putting their hands on the wall, laying all over. You're going to pay for it. That's what the last one rented for. Okay, so you find out you're not getting any rent back. You messed up the people home. Or they will sue you for extra if it's extra, more than your rent. Okay, so that are all the things you got to remember. So you buy a rental home property where you take one apartment and rent two or rent another one, you will still come into problems with services and all those things. And those are your responsibilities. Those are in your insurance for the property. They will rent your property at high prices, but your house is covered for certain things while they are there. And why those things are covered, the insurance company is supposed to take care of them. Okay? So these are the different problems you will run into. But one of the biggest benefits of owning your own house is there's a possibility you always have cash sitting down. Because as you pay your bills every time you pay your bills, you own the part in your house that you paid off. Say if your house is a $200,000 house, you paid off $100,000. Now your house is $100,000 for yourself, $100,000 for the bank. You have an equity loan. So once you have a job, a regular job, you can get a loan. So everything you do, once you have a house, it covers your children, it covers everything. Because your children can get in trouble. People can sue your children. People can sue you. All those things, the equity loan helps to take care of all your financial obligations. You want to buy a brand new car. You got equity in your home. You can use some of that money to put down on your car to reduce your monthly bill on the car. So if the car is $10,000 and you go to buy and put $5,000 down for your equity loan, you only got $7,000 to pay for the car company. So the bill for $7,000 is less than a bill for $12,000. And also nowadays when you buy a car, you got to put bumper to bumper security on it. Before, for the time you got that car, you want to make sure anything happens to that car, you just drop it off to the dealer. You don't got to pay no money. The money is paid in your insurance coverage. Bumper to bumper. You cover your engine. Not only wear and tear, mechanical problem. The wear and tear issues like tires, brakes, things like that, you got to take care of that yourself. But the main thing with the cars, the electrical problems, motor problems, everything like that, the company will treat you free of charge. You got to do nothing, just leave it there and record you want to pick up your car. You got to pay nothing, just sign and leave. So these are the advantages of owning your own home. For you who want to go to Liberia, this is the opportunity to use that money to start building your homes in Liberia. But you got to know who to trust. You got to have the ability to go to Liberia to see your property every now and then, that what you want to be done is being done. And you can't waste time with your property because people will start stealing your property. People will start stealing your materials. People will start doing all kind of messed up things. So these are the opportunities you have right now. You can use this money to change your whole family lives. But you got to think and use it wisely. If you still want to rent and think that you can rent and save some of that money for the future, you got to weigh it. You got to weigh the situation. Is renting better than owning? And if you come to the conclusion that renting a house is still better than owning it for you and your situation, look at your situation. Don't listen to anybody else's situation. That money is for you and your family. Sit down, listen to your family, talk with your family, see what you want to do with this money. That money for your children too. It's not for you. Yes, you can manage it and control it, but that's a gift from the state to your children. You got to plan for your children's future in their school and their everything. So that's why you got to weigh whether renting a house is better than owning a house, or owning a house is better than renting a house. So that the first thing you got to take care of, the condition of your family. So this is just an advice. I just pointed out a few things you could do with that money to help yourself. That's not all you can do with it. But that's just one of the major investment. The other one to buy a car, to set your family up. You know you got a long way to go to work. You can't be taking bus all the time. You got this money. When you buy a car, it alleviates some of the burdens you have with you waking up every morning, walking to the bus stop, waiting for the bus. When you miss the bus, you got to worry all of that. So you got this money to make a difference in your life. Even if you're going to buy a car, decide what kind of car you want to buy. You don't want to buy no jalopy. So as soon as you fix it, 2-3 months, it's broken down, and you finish using the money. You want to buy a fairly good car. Usually a good car to buy is a certified pre-owned car. When it's certified, that means it still has life in it. It hasn't been owned by a lot of people. The company has inspected it to make sure that every part in that car live up to the company standard. So you buy a Chevrolet, and you buy any other car from the company, they make sure that all that cars, the company parts are in that car, that the car is almost like new. Before they sell it to you, you got warranty. It will last up to 2 and so years before problems start. You put your insurance on it, you covered. You got to worry for your car for the next 7 to 10 years. Just take care of it, change your oil regularly. Do what you got to do, change your brakes and all the things. That's the wear and tear. Those are things that you use every day. You got to check your brakes every time. So the insurance company can insure that. It depends on how you drive. So if you're Speedy Gonzalez, you're always speeding, you know you're going to be pressing your brakes more. And there's a possibility you need brakes sooner than other people who take their time, 30, 40 miles per hour driving. Okay? So these are things you have to consider. Car is your next investment. Whatever else you think is a good investment for your children. Leaving the state. If you don't like the state, you feel you're not benefiting from it, you got opportunities in other state, this is the time to leave. You got the money to pack up, buy a little old jalopy or a good jalopy, and split from your state, go to another state. You got money to rent a few months until you get your stuff together. So these are the opportunities you have. There are so many. But I'm just telling you, weigh your options. Don't rush. Take time with this money. This is life-changing. You lose it recklessly, you suffer for it in the future. Now, it's a blessing. Use it wisely. My second topic. Support Wynfred Russell for mayor of Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. Let me just take a short break. I'll be right back. Yes. I remember a few years ago, Wynfred Russell ran for some position. I think it was him mayor. And he lost. Then he ran for city council. And he won. And he been on the city council of the city of Brooklyn Park, Minnesota, for about 2 years now. Now the other minority who was on it, he's the second minority and the first black. The other minority who was on a platform in the city council and mayor has gone. Wynfred Russell is stepping to the plate now. to say he wants to replace that person as the first black mayor of Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. Now we know we have a lot of Liberians in Brooklyn Park. When the refugee program started, many of the people that came on the program were sent to Minnesota. So you have a mass of Liberians in Minnesota, especially Brooklyn Park, where many of them were settled. So it has become a small Liberia in Minnesota. And from this group, Wynfred Russell emerged as a Liberian American to pursue the city council position in Brooklyn Park. I've been to Brooklyn Park. It was a long time ago, but I remember some of the places I went because I went to for the EULA Liberian Association thing when EULA were in existence then. I went to a conference. So I'm fairly aware with Brooklyn Park. It's a big city. And to have a mayor from the Liberian community as mayor of Brooklyn Park is a big thing. It's a big thing. Because Liberians are becoming mainstream people of America all over. And that's why I keep telling my people, this country is ours. We cannot give it up and just go to Liberia. No. If there are Liberians here who are capable and competent of rising in government, in social status, in social organizations that can benefit our country and people, we got to be conscious of that too. For too long, we focus on only Liberia, and that has not benefited our nation. Look at all the advocates in Liberia, in America. All of them talking about Liberia. Nobody talking about building the force of Liberians in America here as a viable, wholesome, functioning community in the United States of America. We need people here. All of us can't go to Liberia. So we got to create the balance where those who want to go home, go home knowing they got the support of those who are here. And on any support. So with that in mind, we have a wholesome, functioning Liberian community at home and abroad, and in the European diaspora, in the Asian diaspora, wherever Liberian people are, we can form a universal link to focus on our country, to focus on the progress and advancement of Liberia, to focus on Liberians who are desirous of returning home to make meaningful contributions to the progress and advancement of Liberia. But how we keep doing things when the people at home are idiots? How will we keep planning things for Liberia and Liberian people when our people in Liberia are insane? The way our country is being run is mental insanity. From 1980, we're still being vagabonds and idiots in our own country. Our country being run like a military camp of dummies. Everybody just following the warlords and war criminals and have no sense of bringing real leadership to our country. So in my view, we cannot help Liberia. We got to help ourselves in the diaspora before we can even think about those people. Yeah, if you want to send money to them individually, you do it. You got families. Families got to survive. But collectively, we got to think about ourselves in America. Liberian people are not thinking about themselves as we should be thinking about ourselves. And because we're neglecting ourselves in America, we are failing to help our people in Liberia because they are dumb and crazy. They are crazy. If you can't see that the people in Liberia are crazy and nothing but rogues and criminals, then you are blind. Then you are part of the problem too. But we can't keep wanting to help people who don't want to help themselves, who won't be dependent on other people forever, dependent on their own people in America for everything, see no sense in working together and doing things for their own selves. So we must come to the final decision. We must build our lives in this country. We must be mainstream Americans so we can have an impact on American foreign policy to Liberia. So those dummies in Liberia can know when we say change our country, we mean change our country. When we say stop the stealing, we mean stop the stealing. When we say stop the incompetence in government, we mean just that. And it can only change when we start seeing ourselves as Americans, as Liberians who have come to America and attained our citizenship, and we are conscious of what we can do with our citizenship to change Liberia and rid ourselves and our people of the corrupt, useless leadership and stealing mechanisms that are human beings. They're rogues, just kleptomaniacs. They are mentally sick. They are mentally criminals. That's all they come to creation for, to steal from Liberia. We got to move ourselves from that society. That society is corrupt. That society is dead. That society is dying. We can't depend on Liberian society to give us essence, to give us light, or to give us strength. We can't. That society is dead. Our leaders are recycled criminals. They are dead. There is no soul in Liberia. And for those of you who think that you got something in Liberia to hang on, you go home. You go find it. It's there waiting for you. You go find it. But for the other people who are conscious of the fact that we need to change every essence of our being, we need to change it. We need to grow in our mentalities and in our thinking. We need to open our minds and stop being stupid and greedy and thinking that we got the answers for our people in Liberia. We have nothing because we have not grown in America. We have been in the community like a little cocoon. Now people like Wynfred Russell want to teach us how to branch out of our little neglectful state and statuses in this country, or useless beings in this country. These people are giving us ideals that to prove that you can lead Liberia, you got to prove that you can lead white people. If you come to this country, you can't lead white people, you can't go to Liberia and lead Liberia. You are incompetent. You are a failure. How you will come here and only learn how to lead black people? Your own poor, suffering, useless Liberian people. What kind of knowledge or change you will bring to those people? You can't. Because your mentalities have not changed. You have not risen to the state of standard where you can lead American people and they will respect you. You can't lead American people, they will not respect you. For Wynfred Russell to stand up and says he qualified to run for mayor, he must know and have the respect of people of his state. White people as well as black people can rely on his competence. That's what makes you a leader. You can pass all the tests you want and everything. You can pass all the tests. It don't matter. But when you stand to the plate and you say, do this, and your boss can trust you, white and black, and respond to you, you reach there. You reached. But you come to America, nobody respect you. You never led men in this country that will respect you and put their lives on the line for you. Then you get up and say you go in Liberia to lead Liberian people. You are just as bad as the dummies in Liberia. You are not competent to lead nobody. You have not proven yourself in the great United States of America. I've proven myself. I've proven myself. I've led men. I was lieutenant of the guards. I led my department, home confinement. I was the area that dealt with the public and the criminals. So I've earned my respect. So when I talk here, I'm not talking like an idiot. When my white boys hear me talking, they know I'm not talking like an idiot either, because they know what I can do. They know I can do my job. That's why I said, let's move. Chesson is saying, let's move. He know what he's doing. I ain't guessing. I didn't get my job because of affirmative action. No. No. That when you call Chesson name where I work, people know that I'm not an affirmative action man. I'm a man who knows my job. I'm a man who been tested. So when I tell my boys do this, they know I understand my duties and responsibilities for them, especially for their safety. Because when they know I know about their safety, they know I ain't going to make no decision without thinking about them. And that's where leadership comes in. Nothing happens until safety first. If my men not safe, I ain't putting them in no danger. Because that's why they trust me to be a leader. That's why they trust me to speak for them. That's why when I tell them go, they're willing to go there, knowing that if anything happens, I ain't going to leave them there. We're all going down together. I have proven it. That's why I can sit in America and talk like this. Why you think I just talking like this because of my mom or my pa or somebody? No. No. I've proven myself. I got scars from the battles with my men. So even though I started from the bottom in America, I'm proud. I'm proud. Because the men will follow me, not because I'm educated, because I know my job. I've been there with them. I've done that with them. I didn't get it, my elevation, because of my pa name, my ma name, of affirmative action. No. Because if you give me job for affirmative action, you if that what you think of, you losing. Because I ain't a yes man. I ain't a no man. I'm a man. I'm a man. I don't play games because I'm there to play games. No. If it's wrong, it's wrong. And you are here. If it put my men's lives in jeopardy and my life in jeopardy, you are here. That's why I get my job. It's not a yes man job. It's because I know how to do my job. And I know I got men to take care of. White, black, Chinese, Japanese. I got people under me to take care of. And when I send my men into danger, they gotta know that I got their back. They gotta know that when I send them in danger, if there were the possibility of them dying, if the possibility was greater, they ain't going in there. And that what makes great leaders. And when you come to America and you do not lead white men, you do not rise to that status of leading people in this country, your leadership in Liberia is worthless. It is worthless. Because we're going back with the same leadership problem. You haven't elevated your leadership skills. And for us, that's elevating your leadership skills. When you can deal with white people and they understand you and know that they can trust you in what you're doing. You know what you're saying. You can have an accent. It doesn't matter. You know what you're saying. And the white people know. Because as soon as they challenge you, you say one word, they know exactly. You got to talk long. You got to let them know on where you're standing. And you see their fears will be alleviated right away. They will know they can trust you. Not a small man to play with. And those are things you got to bring to the job in America to go Liberia. You never work in America, you can't go Liberia. You never participated in American society, you can't go change Liberia. Because you haven't met the challenges of a foreign nation, of the greatest nation in the world. You come to America and you can't excel in this country. Passing exams and all those things don't matter. Doesn't matter. It's what you can do on the job. How you perform. You know, what's your wealth? You know, the people I work with, they know I'm loyal. All the guys know I'm smart. But that's something I'm going to put over my head. No, some of them will think that way, but when they get to know me, that ain't my game. I'm a team player. You can't play with a team, we can't play together. Because the team is the team that wins, not the individual. The team that wins. Sometimes my representatives that ask me, Chesson, of all the opportunities you got, why you want to stay in the prison? Why you like the prison so much? That's my area. That's my area of expertise. That's what I love. That's the profession I treat me. When you wake me up 2 o'clock in the morning, you say, Chesson, oh, the building on fire. I don't got to think 3 times or 4 times. I know exactly what to do. Because I'm trained to respond. I'm trained to react. You know? But I'm also trained to be proactive too, to think about things before they happen, to anticipate what will happen if I do this and do that and do that. Because that's part of security too. That's part of experience. So here we are. We're in America now. And the more Liberians who are Americans step to the plate to lead in America, the more they feel comfortable saying that they can get the support of white people to excel where they want to excel because of the competence. Then you've made it. You've made it. But until you can do those things in America, you just driving truck. You just go into nursing home, working nursing home. You just go into the factory. You're not excelling in your mental capacity. You're not excelling in mainstream society. You don't have to be a leader. You can participate in organizations like the NAACP, all the different organizations like the Black Business Association. You can participate in all the organizations and gain prominence. Not only from the government job, I can speak. I serve in community organizations too. I did my community service and I'm still doing it. But it's just that our people, there's something wrong with our people. And I can't continue wasting my time telling my people we need to elevate ourselves. We need to elevate our thinking. We need to elevate our abilities, our competence. And if we can't do it by working with white people or for white people, we can do it by forming our organization and working along with these people with competence and dignity and pride so they can respect us as an individual organization of Liberians capable of running our own stuff. But that can only happen if Liberians who have been leaders in America lead these organizations. Not every Tom, Dick, and Harry just getting degrees and things in America thinking that they know they can come and lead people. No, we don't want those kind of kids. Those are immature children. They have no records of leadership. We got people in America who have led us and led white people and worked with white people and understand how to lead. You got to have them understanding of white people mentality, how they think, how they act. If you don't have those things, you can't get them to understand you because you don't understand them. How they will understand you? But when you understand the people and know how they think and how to present cases to them, where they will sit and think, then you reach into the stage where you can get into the minds of your people, that our people. But as long as we are mediocre, they will not accept us as their people. I hope you saw the show Lincoln. It was aired last night, I think, where they say one of his biggest errors was when he proposed in the 1860s that black people be given an opportunity to vote. Black people who were, how you could say it, were intellectuals. Black people who were intellectuals should be given a chance to vote. So back then, Abraham realized that education was power. And black people who were truly educated, like Frederick Douglass and all these guys, they weighed in on his mind. They weighed in on his mentality, on his spiritualism. Because if you listen to the story of Lincoln, he had some problem too with his father. He felt his father treated him like a slave. So he understood the sufferings of the slave. His father never let him take his own money. He was working like hell. And all his money was going to his father, not to him. And his father was demanding every day that he live up to the work. So Abraham grew up feeling that he was a slave to his father. And he had to get from under his father. And his father was a dictator. So these were experiences he had. And he could see in the sufferings of black people who were also blessed with intelligence, were placed in servitude against their will, against the will of God. And that's why he died. When he started talking about black people voting in the 1860s, the Civil War ended 1865, April something. So yet the man still talking about elevating black people to prominence in American society. And that's why he died. That's why he died. Because for us to become part of this society where white people will respect us, we got to sit to the table and be able to talk to them on their level. Not from our level, but from their level, and bring them to where we want them to understand. So people like Wynfred Russell running for mayor of Brooklyn Park is another grave example, like our Nikita Ricks in Colorado. When our young people start rising to leadership position in these big states that have been predominantly led by whites, it behooves us, especially if they're coming from our community, is demonstrating the values of our society, of our fathers and mothers. Yes, we got the dummies in Liberia stealing and robbing, but in America, we have the valued Liberians that can excel in American society, like Americans, like white Americans. And it's a great honor. It's a great, great honor. Because for Wynfred Russell to excel to the council, city council, people of all walks of life had to support him. Even though he was majorly supported by Liberians, but it's a diverse city. Brooklyn Park is a diverse city. You got a lot of whites, you got a lot of American blacks, you got a lot of mixed American there. So many of them must have considered Wynfred Russell competent enough to elect him to the city council. Now that he has been there 2 years and has proven competent, because they were not keeping there, he wasn't competent. So just for his name to appear out as running for mayor, it's an indication of his competence, his leadership, his ability to unite people, to sit with races and discuss things in civilized, sound, succinct manners. It's a grave accomplishment for Liberian people. And I'm coming here to tell you that we need to support this man. I already have my notices out. I want us as Liberians in every state who can afford it, not $20, $10. Send $10, everybody, to Wynfred Russell. His Cash App number is, I have it here, let me see, yes, it's 612-238-1859. I repeat, the Cash App Zelly number for Wynfred Russell's support for mayor of Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. Send only $10. You don't gotta go order your way. If every Liberian who can afford it, send this man $10 as our contribution to his mayoral campaign, and he wins. We have collectively taken a fight stand to elect a mayor of the city. He asked us before, we weren't too attentive then. We got to get attentive now. We got to join the struggle. We got to help the brother as Liberians, as a unified, solidified force in the United States of America. We got to stop thinking on our useless country, Liberia, and elevate our people in America so that we can have a voice for Liberia. We can have a voice in America for change, positive, no BS change in Liberia, because we can control or influence gravely America's foreign policy to Liberia, if not the whole of Africa. So the time is now. Let's take care of ourselves. Let me take a break now and be back with my last lesson.
Hello, and welcome to the Pepperbird Magazine. Did you know that the Pepperbird Magazine has been in existence for over 25 years, and we're still going strong? I invite you to take an ad on our internet magazine, which is very, very useful during COVID days. So please, give us a call. We'll come and have a quick chat with you and video you and your business. Look at the number below.
The time for the true Liberian people's revolution is now, more than ever before. When Doe came to power in 1980 with the revolution, despite the killings, the killing of Toba, the execution of the 30 people on the pole, including my father, it was time for change in Liberia. I recognized that. And it was unfortunate that so many people had to die because of the fears of people like George Woolley, who felt that he knew the Congo people were going to come back for the government and the country. There was no doubt. But the part is, who were these people that were going to come back to change Liberia? Who were these people that were going to make meaningful change in our country? The only person I thought could do it was Mayor Jebo. Mayor Jebo, the man who ready planned the coup. I heard him telling Wednesday and all the boys there that they had to kill the Congo people and take over the country. And that's where he and I parted ways. Because I told him I couldn't sit there with that. You know, I couldn't sit and hear him talk that. And Jebo wasn't afraid. If Jebo then was afraid they were eliminated me, it already killed us. But Jebo was telling people that foreigners were calling him into Sierra Leone for meeting to overthrow the government. But nobody wanted to listen. I told you how many times I told my father after my meeting with Jebo then, I didn't want to use Jebo that name. I kept telling him, I said, Daddy, your regime in trouble. They will overthrow you. He said, well, we got Vani, we got this. I said, man, those are young guys. Those are Congo boys. The boys don't know what happened with our soldiers and things like that. The boys come from away with their degrees and things like that. They feel forgetting. They feel forgetting. They feel forgetting. So when the coup just happened, everything changed. Dual revolution came in. I worked for Doe. I didn't care who died or not. If Doe meant to change Liberia, Liberia was going to be changed. And I was there for the change. Ask anybody who know me. I promoted the administration, Doe administration, on TV, on radio, as much as I could. My boss were even afraid that, oh, Chesson, you shouldn't be doing that. You know, they just kill your pa. Because I was putting people in jail and all for stealing. In the ID card division. I ran the ID card division. I was deputy director or assistant director, but I ran a deputy. So I ran it. But the point about it is, everybody felt they had to steal something. Everybody felt it was their time to steal. So the revolution lost its message. It lost its goal and objective. It lost something it's never had in the beginning, its essence of why it was necessary to change the government and bring good and profound leadership that was different into our lives. But instead of that, they brought in deceitful people like Ellen Johnson, Sally Barker, Matthew, and all the people. Yes, they did good for us by enlightening the people, but they forced us to overthrow the government of Talbot, which is a bad thing for any nation and republic. Fight at the battle pole, fight at the battle box, yes. Fight to change the president during election time, yes. But to just get up and say overthrow the government by force, inciting the military to do that, that was a harm against the Liberian people and against the survival of our very democracy. And this is what we're going through today. Since 1980, all the improvements Talbot and tried to bring to change our country, everything was displaced with nothing but hatred and uselessness. Now look at all the young dummies in Liberia talking about they hate Congo people. You Congo people did this. And they don't even know nothing about Congo people. Just what they hear. Just what their dummy leaders tell them. They repeat the same thing. So Liberian people themselves got to come to the realization, especially us in the United States of America and Europe, got to come to the realization those people in Liberia can't help our country. Our leaders in Liberia cannot help our country. They're the same people that have been recycled over and over from childhood, from adulthood, adolescence, now the manhood, and they're still doing it. That all they know to recycle criminals. Why? Because they cannot meet the challenges of the true patriots of Liberia from abroad. But the true patriots are not talking. The true patriots are silent. The true patriots are talking BS and stupidness instead of realizing that they are the leaders of our nation, the people. And we have to step to the plate that men and women, not the idiots and dummies, to lead our people. We got to step to the plate with meaning and essence of what Liberianism truly means to us before our people. And if all our educated people in America do not understand the ideal of collectivity, the ideal of amalgamation, of coming together in unity and solidarity as a people, coming together as men and women, not as baby children, running behind people with foolishness instead of setting the framework for helping our people in Liberia meaningfully. Meaningfully, not everybody sending the small petty cash home to their families, say the billion people, and our whole country falling apart. That's not meaningful development for our country. Yes, we can support our people on the side too, but we got to understand that the framework of our country has broken down. And in order for us to rebuild it, it has to come from the diaspora with meaning, with strength, with force, with education, and not foolishness. All these foolish people running home with their own ideas, talking about they will change Liberia. How you change Liberia like that? We got to hit Liberia and make an impact. Bring ourselves together in America, know how to raise good money so we can support ourselves in Liberia to promote our programs, our health program at the JFK. We can take over the JFK from the Liberian government. And it shows that every money from America is pumped into the diaspora group that running JFK and not the Liberian government. We are not an entity of the Liberian government. And until we learn those kind of things, we can be the real NGOs to help Liberia. But we got to know how to raise the money. We got to know how to plan and organize ourselves. We need to know how to set leadership for ourselves so we don't fight the little idiots children or presidency, who not president and who can be president. That's stupidness. And until we grow up to be men and women, the time of the Liberian people will hang in the balance. The time of the Liberian people is now. Wake up. Look around you. You don't see this shit? That's a problem. Aluta! Continue. Rise up, my people. The time of the true Liberian patriots is now. Have a good day.
Hello, and welcome to the Pepperbird Magazine. Did you know that the Pepperbird Magazine has been in existence for over 25 years, and we're still going strong? I invite you to take an ad on our internet magazine, which is very, very useful during COVID days. So please, give us a call. We'll come and have a quick chat with you and video you and your business. Look at the number below.